good? This is Trey. Welcome to this presentation. The topic for today is be the only one who can do what you can do. Okay, another way to put this, you want to be unique. You want to be a specialist. You want to be a master at your craft, a master at what you do. Why? Well, if you want to be more attractive to women, this is one way to do it, by being unique. Right? This is a competition, a sexual competition. There's a lot of men out there, and there's beautiful women out there, and these beautiful women, they're choosing the best man they can get. So if you want to win the competition, you have to stand out. You cannot be like every other dude. You cannot be in a box. You can't just be, oh, he's just that. You know, he's just a funny guy, or he's just a cool guy. You want to be unique, where women can't put you in any box. You just show up and you're a whole different animal, a whole different alien, whatever. But that's how you win the competition. You can't show up trying to be better looking because somebody's going to be better looking than you. You can't show up trying to flex your money because somebody will pull up with more money than you. Can't show up trying to flex your status. You know what I mean? So you play the game by being the kind of guy that cannot be replaced. You're unique. You look at your strengths, you look at your gifts, your talents, whatever you're good at, whatever, and then you demonstrate this. This is your value. You amplify this. Present yourself in the best light that you can. That's the women's side. Now let's talk about business. If you're a businessman, you're in a niche, you're trying to stand out amongst the other competitors, you got to show up and you got to have something about your product or your service that's different from everybody else. Right? When people work with you, when people pay you, the experience has to be like no other. You want to create an experience that's like no other, right? You want to create results that are like no other. You don't want to come through and like, okay, how can I just, okay, that's what they're selling. Okay, let me just sell something that's similar. No, how can I sell something that's way better than that, or a lot different, right? A lot different in a good way, right? Maybe it gets a different result, but it still solves the problem, or something like that. Just figuring out a unique angle, your USP, your unique selling proposition. What is unique about you? You don't want to pull up, amongst the competition as the same shit. Now they'll just look at, okay, who's cheaper, right? If it's the same product, the same service, basically, people may look at it like, okay, what's cheaper, right? You got to show up. There has to be something different about you. You want to become the best version. To me, all you really need to do is become the best version of yourself, because you're already a unique individual. All you got to do is amplify what you already have. Stop being, hiding in the shadows or hiding in the background or whatever. It's like, step up as the leading role in your movie of life. Step up as the star role, as the main character. Make some noise, you know what I mean? Let your personality shine. It's caged. There's a beast that's being caged. Once the beast comes out, okay, now people start taking notice. People start saying, oh, well, who's this guy, But the only way for you to really get attention like that is for you to release these chains that are holding you in, trying to fit in, trying to be politically correct, trying to, stay out of trouble and trying to avoid confrontation and all these things. These things are making you weak. Now, I'm not saying go out there and cause, problems in the sense of, violate the marketplace and shit like that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying don't pull up with the idea of trying to be like everybody else. I mean, for the best case scenario, you're trying to be like everybody else. You're gonna get what everybody else is getting. If you want something better, right? If you want great success, if you want to achieve something that most people have not achieved, you got to show up and be willing to come through with something different. Do what nobody else is willing to do. My game, my strategy, when it comes to women, when it comes to business, when it comes to anything is, I got to be different, bro. I'm not trying to be like everybody else, because first of all, that's boring. Okay, I don't find that interesting or fun to try to follow a thing and be a sheep and this and that. No, that shit to me is just boring, right? I'll just get bored, right? I'm just at that point now. But obviously I worked on my confidence and stuff like that. But a key thing here is just understanding yo, there's a competition out there. Whatever it is you're trying to get, you're not the only person trying to get it. If you're trying to make a certain amount of money in your business, there's other people in your niche trying to make that kind of money, right? If you're trying to get a certain type of girl, there's other guys trying to get that girl. So you got to think, okay, I got to stand out, right? I got to bring something to the table that nobody else can, right? That's how you get a girl and keep her, and then have her, in this place where she's like, I don't know if I should leave this dude, because if I leave him, I'm not going to find nothing like him. Okay, that's what you want. Same thing with business. If somebody is going to choose between hiring you or somebody else as for their services, they got to look at you and say, if I go with him, there's going to be an experience that I won't be able to get anywhere else. There's going to be a result that I won't be able to get anywhere else. It's going to be an opportunity I won't be able to get anywhere else. You need to create something that's just irresistible and unique and magical, right? Not almost like you creating like a fantasy opportunity for someone where it's like unbelievable. But that takes time. You got to commit to what you're doing. You got to master your craft. You got to become a specialist. You got to get really good at what you do. Don't show up as an average dude, because average dude gets average results, gets an average life, gets average, average success or whatever. Average experience, right? The whole average thing does not work. It does not work, man. And so just having this understanding, like, how can I show up in a unique way, but in a unique way that is beneficial to others? You don't want to be unique in a way that people are like, oh, that dude's weird, I gotta stay away from him. No, you want to be unique in a way like, oh, that guy's cool. How did how did he become like that? Or he's different. Like, what is that? Like, something different about him, like in a good way though. How do you do that? You show up with value. You show up with value that other people want. Simple as that. Right? You got to figure out, how can you become valuable to the point where people are like running over each other to get your value. That's the level you want to get to. That should be your goal. That should be your mentality. You're not making the kind of money you want because your value, the perceived value in the marketplace is not high enough. It's not great enough. And that's something you got to work on. So it's not, sometimes somebody may be taking action, doing a lot of things right, but it's just the value is just not there, okay? Or it's not at the level. When the value is high enough, people will jump over, fire to get to the value, right? They'll put themselves through, difficulties to get to the value if it's great enough, right? And so you got to somehow create this brand or this understanding of this. I have extreme value here, right? This is not an average product. This is not an average service. This is unique. This is something that you will not get elsewhere. And what I found, the best way to do that is just look at what you already got going for you. Look at what your strengths are. Look at what your talent is. Look at what you're good at, right? And just amplify it. Just go into it. And then if you're necessary, maybe you need to team up with others or hire certain people that are really good at what they do so you can combine talents, right? The highest level package, right? When I used to sell sales funnels and stuff like that, I used to sell sales funnels and websites and coaching and all this stuff in the internet marketing niche, online marketing niche. And the highest package I ever sold was a $25,000 package. It was like a sales funnel with marketing and coaching and all this stuff. But what I did was I leveraged what I was good at, right? I teamed up with some other guys, and we all brought our gifts together, our talents together, our specialties together, our mastery of whatever area we had. We brought it together to create an amazing offer. Okay, one guy was really good at the marketing. One guy was really good at that leadership role, like the visionary, the guy who brings the vision together. And I was the marketer, right? I was the sales guy. Like, I was the one who would go out and get the clients, right? I was the closer. I was a salesman, right? But I had my own style of sales that was working better than everybody else, right? Or at least in my own way. And it was, now looking back at it, it was because I put out so much value just, being real, just letting it flow out, a ton of content, not worrying about getting paid from the beginning. And then I created this this brand in the marketplace of over delivering, in the sense of this is a guy that's just giving a ton of value and he's not even worried about getting it back. Okay. And so because of that, I would get it back. Right? It's like when you give enough, you will receive at some point. Right? And I have this understanding. So I don't worry about the money in the beginning. Right? I don't worry about, like, when I'm talking to a girl or whatever, I show my value. That's fine. Right? I show my value, I give my value, and then once I know that I've made my value clear, then okay, at that point I'm like, okay, now what's your value? Okay? Make sure they get it. People need to get your value. You can't just think, okay, yeah, I got value, whatever, and nobody can tell. It needs to be obvious. Right? That's why you need to show what you can do. That's why I do shit for free, so people can see this is what I can do. And then once the word gets around, then it's like, now people are gonna start knocking on your door for the value. Now you can say, well, look, I got a lot of people knocking on my door. This is my price, man. I can't just be doing it for free. It's too much demand right now. Right? You see, people, they just start off trying to get money right off the bat. Oh, it's this amount of money, this. Where is your credibility at, right? There's no demand yet. You need to build up the demand. Right? Once the demand is there, then you can start saying, yeah, this is my price, this, whatever. But people start off with the mentality of trying to get something. And so what I'm saying is, you want to be getting this mentality of giving. You want to have some type of value that's very high. And if you don't have it yet, then work on it. Right? Like my first goal in life was to play in the NBA. When I made the goal, I wasn't good at the basketball. I had to build up my skills. Okay, and I got really good. I didn't make it to the NBA, but what I did do is I got really good at something, and I was able to teach it. I took my basketball skills, and I started teaching it online. That's how I made my first good chunk of money online, was teaching people how to play basketball, right? So I looked at, okay, what am I good at? What is my value? And then I brought it to the marketplace. There was a marketplace. There's people that want to learn how to play basketball. So I started teaching that. And I just rinse and repeat. Okay, that was one niche. I went into another niche. What is my value? Oh, I built a YouTube channel where I taught people how to play basketball. And I was promoting affiliate products as an affiliate. And I was making affiliate commissions. And I built an email list. And I was good making money with email marketing and all these things. So I could teach that now. So you need to develop some skills. You need to go out and have some experiences, right? Overcome some challenges. So that now when somebody shows up with that same challenge, you can say, look, I done went through that. I know how to overcome this challenge. I can show you how to overcome this challenge. Now you have a product. Now you have a service. All it is getting really good at solving problems. What problems can you solve, right? And even when you're dealing with the woman, you show up and you solve a problem, man. Whatever problem she's having, maybe her life is getting boring for her, or maybe just certain experiences in life she's not able to have. You bring that to her. Maybe she wants a fantasy. You create a fantasy for her, right? Whatever your value is, you bring it to the table. You show it. There's people out there who are seeking it. You just got to get in front of the right people, right? Sometimes you get in front of the wrong people. You might have some value, but you get in front of the wrong people, they won't be able to see your value. You get in front of the right people, they will kick down your door. They will kick down your door to get the value, get what you have. If you have the solution to their problem, when somebody's really going through some shit and they find somebody who they clearly could tell can solve the problem, what won't they do? Depending on how serious the problem is, right? If the problem is annoying them every single day, it's keeping them up at night, you know what I mean? They making their life a living hell or whatever, you show up with a solution and the confidence knowing that you can really help this person. That's why you really got to be good at what you do. Because when you're really good at what you do, then you'll have that confidence to say, look, man, I can help you. Okay, I can help you. It's either you're going to keep going through what you're going through and try to figure it out on your own, or you work with me, or you buy my product, or you do my service or whatever, and I will help you. Like, that's it. That's the value. So you show up with the value, the solution to people's problems. Whether it's a woman, whether it's a clients, whether it's whatever, you show up with value. That's how you get results, right? That's how you get influence, right? That's how you change the world, right? By showing up with some value. People don't listen to you when you have no value. You show up as an average dude, people just walk right past you. You show up just trying to be somebody that you're not. People could say, "Oh, that's just that's a knockoff of so and so," right? That's the watered down version of so and so. You don't want to be that, man. You want to show up as a unique being with a unique value or unique values, unique service, a unique product, a unique brand. So I'm trying to be like everybody else. That's gonna keep you hidden, right? You're gonna be number two of whoever is the leader in the industry. You want to come through and create your own lane. I'm telling you, the best way to do it is just be who you are, but amplify it. Become the best version of yourself, the greatest version of yourself. Tap into your potential. How can I become better each day? How can I become more? How can I become wiser? How can I become more powerful? How can I become more effective in my communication? How can I solve people's problems more, right? How can I be more available, right? How can I be whatever you need to be, right, to get the job done? Whatever you need to be of value, to benefit others, right? Because that's all this is, man. People have problems and they're looking for solutions. You show up as the man who has a solution, right? But you got to know what your solution is. I'm not going to go in a niche where I know I can't be of value, or a niche that I'm not interested in just because people are making money in it. That's what people try to do. Oh, they see the next trend and they see people are making money in that trend, so they try to go in. But if that's not your vibe, if that's not something you really like to do or you're interested in, you're not gonna do well in it. You gotta find what you were put on this planet to do. You gotta find your vibe, find what you align with, find what you like to do, what you're interested in, and then just pour out your energy into it. Go all in. Don't hold back, right? Go all in. Tap into your potential 110%, and that's how you become a beast. That's how you become this amazing version of yourself. That's how you actually transform, and you look back a few months and you're like, man, I don't even remember that person. I'm a whole different person now, right? Because you done evolved. But you gotta find something. You gotta find something to get passionate about. That's the only way you're really gonna be able to really go at it, right? And really commit and really put your energy into something. You gotta believe in it. You gotta be passionate about it, right? So look, the main point of the video is you want to be the type of guy that when you show up, you know, nobody can take your position. Nobody can replace you. You're irreplaceable. Your product, your service, your value, whatever you do, whoever you are, no one can just show up and okay, yeah, he can just do it. You know, you want when you leave, like if you leave the industry, whatever you're doing, like if you're in a business, if you leave the industry, people are sad. People are upset because they're like, damn, all that value is gone now. I can't get it. Oh my goodness. You know, people start going crazy. That's what you want. That shows how valuable you are. You want when you're talking to the girl in the middle of the conversation, you say, oh, I gotta go. And she's like, oh, you gotta go already? So soon? So quick? You want people to feel your value. You want to go around you don't want to go around explaining yourself to people. Oh, let me tell you why you should buy my product. Let me tell you why you should. No, just demonstrate your value as a beingness, right? Let it be obvious in your communication. Let it be obvious in the way you carry yourself. Let it be obvious in your confidence, right? That you know your value, you know your worth, right? You really got to get to understand who you are, right? Before you can truly help anyone else, you got to make sure you are on point. You can't be out there giving advice to people, trying to get with some girl and this and shit, and you're a mess, you're insecure, you have a ton of problems. Like, no, man, you got to handle your shit before you can attract. You want high quality customers, high quality clients, high quality women. You got to be high quality, and you got to be higher quality than what you want. You got to be greater than what you want. That's how you really get something. You got to be above it in value, right? Your frequency needs to be higher than whatever you're trying to attract. Okay, it's great to be at the same level, but what's even better is to be higher. Then you can keep it, then you can hold it. When you're at the same level, you gotta, it's tough to keep it or whatever. Get to the level where you're above it, so that when you get it, it's like, of course, right? It's like, of course I got it. Like, look, look at the level I'm at, right? It's easy, but that's what you want to do. And then you do that by mastering your craft, by becoming amazing at what you do, or becoming the most amazing version of yourself, amplifying your strengths, right? And your weaknesses, handle your weaknesses. See if you can bring up your weaknesses and turn your weaknesses into strengths. If not, then make your strengths so great, so amazing that people don't even notice your weaknesses. So that's the key here, man. Become irresistible, become a beast, become the best version of yourself, elevate to your highest potential, right? And you can get whatever you want, man. You just got to bring up your value, right? In order to attract what you want, you got to raise your frequency, man. You got to put more energy into the universe and let the universe know what you want. And then what are you willing to do to get it? Okay? What are you willing to do? Right? If you're not making the kind of money you want to make, there's some things you need to do to start making that kind of money. Not the same shit that you've been doing over and over. You got to do something differently. Maybe you need to amplify what you're doing, do more of what you're doing, or maybe you need to make a shift, or maybe you need to go and, get in contact with someone who can help you, or whatever it is, man. Make that move. Stop doing the same thing over and over, staying in that same little box that you've been. That little box is just keeping you in the same condition. All right, so if you're a man watching this, you're not in the Unbreakable Beast Tribe, check it out. I'll leave a link to it, and I'll welcome you in. Thanks for watching. Peace.